And it's Sean Dyche leaving Burnley, getting let go by Burnley. I mean, he's the longest-serving manager. 10 years he was at the club. I mean, you were coming to the end of your time at Leicester because of injury. Jose, you were still at Liverpool at that stage when he took over. It's a marvellous achievement what he's been able to do, and I think it expands a lot further than just keeping them in the Premier League. If you look at the training facility, and I've been blessed in that I've actually travelled there to interview Sean Dyche, and it is top-notch. It is really, really good. A lot better than some of the other clubs I've been to, as a matter of fact. You wouldn't have thought it, but it really is. And I think we should all tip our hat to him. But is it a mistake, Morley? I know they just lost last weekend, but I mean, just a handful of games remaining. Michael Jackson is taking charge. No, not that Michael Jackson, one of the coaching staff there. What do you think?
Football is crazy. Football, year on year, season on season, you see shock decisions happening by crazy owners. Sean Dyche, as you said, barely a small club in a small part of the Northwest, and he's built it into a Premier League club. He hasn't had the backing. They've been having a takeover that dragged on far too long, and unfortunately, that probably hindered him in the transfer market for a couple of seasons. But Sean Dyche signed a new contract. He was hoping to get backing, and the owners obviously are not football people. They can't understand what Sean Dyche has done, what he means to the fans, what he means to the club in the area. And they took a massive gamble by getting a guy who understands the Premier League, understands that club. And it's just a bit too far. He hasn't been back to the transfer market, and it's not back from last season. And this season is why they found himself in a difficult position. The new owners have took a gamble of thinking a change of manager might change results, but the players that they've got, unfortunately, just aren't good enough to stay in the Premier League.
Yeah, and we're talking about the race for the top four. Their opponents, technically in Malaysia, it's today, as in Sunday, but for you guys, it's tomorrow. It's West Ham, another team in the equation to try and battle for a Champions League position. Jose, you've been relegated. You know what it's like. You know how tough it can be down at the bottom. I mean, even as they were, you'd probably want Sean Dyche at the club to fight you back into the Premier League next year, surely, if they were in the Championship.
Yeah, to be honest with you, when we relegated, we deserved it. We weren't good enough. I think we had, we talked about it yesterday in the WhatsApp group. We have players like Michael Owen, Obafemi Martins, Viduka, Jeremy, Nicky Ba, Coloccini, myself, Jonas. So we have a great team on paper again, but as a team, it wouldn't work. But in this case, to be honest with you, I think it was the best that it could happen to Newcastle. I'm not sure if it's going to be the best that happened to them, but to Newcastle was the best because actually when we relegated, most of the players that didn't want to stay at the club, they left, and we promoted the year after. And then obviously still McCasley didn't want to spend too much, and the rest is history. It will happen. I'm not going to get into that. But definitely for your mind, I think football, quality-wise, you can have all the quality in the world, but if your mind is not into it, it doesn't matter, the quality that you have. And like you say, at the end, for the respect of the fans as well and everything, you have to give your everything until the end, until the last game. I remember when we actually needed a draw against Aston Villa, and we lost 1-0 in the last game. And we finished the game, and was like around 3,000, 4,000 Newcastle fans away from home. And they were clapping at us, try to cheering us up. And I just seen this in the UK and in Newcastle, to be honest with you. But that's how you have to play for these people, that they spend. It's so difficult for some of them to spend the money in the holding tickets, away tickets for you, to see you, to try to perform. Give yourself the most you can, the 100% you can for them, for the club. And then let's see what happens at the end. But at the end, they have to try to give everything on the pitch for the fans, 100%.
Yeah, it should also be noted for those who can't remember,